This is our birthday year, Windsor 125, Canada 150. And for my entire time on City Council, and I'm not alone on this, you talk to many of my colleagues as well, they talk to the past mayor as well. On our entire time on City Council, we get emails around December, November saying, why does every other community have a light display around the holidays and there's nothing in the city of Windsor? And guess what? They're kind of right. There's nothing in the city of Windsor. So I said to our staff, I said, guys, gals, go out and look. Where should we do a light display? What's it going to cost us to do a good light display? And I don't want something that's just nice. I don't want people to walk through there and say, oh, this was really nice. I want them to walk through and I want them to leave, again, going back to what we talked about in the last episode, really proud of the community and just recognizing that we can do great things here in the city of Windsor. And so they did. They went out and they put together all of the elements. They looked at other communities and what they do, and they came up with a great plan, one that would be have the wow effect. And we said, okay, where do we put it? Is it the riverfront? No, the riverfront, there's some construction down there right now. It's not the right year to do the riverfront, but we could do it in Jackson Park, another premier park. There's lots of mature trees, and we can do it in Jackson Park. And the estimate was $3 million. It's a huge amount of money. I get it. But that's what it's going to take to give us that wow impact. And so I said, okay, put together the report and let's send it to City Council, provided we can find the funding. So we found the funding. And in fact, what people didn't get and didn't take away as part of this conversation is that Enwin was paying $1 million for the program. We received an additional $500,000 from Caesars Windsor in the form of our payment for their services. And so $1.5 million, half of the program is being funded by Enwin and Caesars. So we needed $1.5 million, which we found without having to raise taxes. We found it within other budget line items that we didn't move forward on, including building a new parking garage downtown. So we had the money. And so they worked on this for 2 months. And they put it through to City Council in the normal course of business. It's published publicly 10 days before the council meeting so the public can register to speak to it. Fast forward 10 days to the Monday when it was discussed. 2 people showed up. They didn't even register in advance. Both spoke against it. And one was a former City Council candidate. No one else came out. No one else commented on it. And so City Council dealt with it and they approved it. And that was Monday. The very next day, we have the largest flood event.
Well, the storm started that night, yeah.
The storm started Monday, but we really didn't have any reports, any material reports in the city of Windsor that there was any basement flooding. It was almost like nothing on Monday. Mm-hmm. On Tuesday, okay, now we're getting walloped and we see what's happening in the city. The roads are being flooded. By this time, the decision's already been made. So things are happening in the city of Windsor. In fact, it turns out to be the single largest flooding event in our city's recorded history that happens the very next day. Guys, I get it. This timing was horrible. And so this was one of those lightning rod issues where people could say, you know what, Drew, you're spending $3 million in Jackson Park for a family-friendly, free, fun event in December and January. This is what it is. We're not charging for this. This is a family event and it's free for the whole community. And I get how people tagged onto this event and said, boy, these are bad spending decisions. You should put that $3 million to fix the sewers. What those folks didn't know, what I've been telling them, is that even the streets that we did where we replaced the sewers last year still got flooded. Their basements flooded this year because it wasn't a function of poor sewer infrastructure. It was a function of too much rain in too short a period of time. There's no system in Canada or the U.S. that it could have moved that amount of water in that periget of time.
So council's changed. So what do we look for in December? Is there going to be
So what I did, I listened to the feedback, and I didn't want people to get caught up in this particular item, and I wanted to still move forward because this is our birthday year and the right year to do it. So I just said to the public, I said, folks, no problem. If you think we're spending too much money in this year because of the storm event, we'll scale it back. It may not have that wow impact that we were trying to create in year one, but we can build on that. So we're going to spend a lot less, at least $1 million less this year, to buy the elements that we think are really important to start the festival, and then we can add on to it next year, and future councils can decide what to do in years after that.
So what kind of things will be in this? Is it because obviously different religious groups in the city and things like this, so is it going to be animals? Like, just tell us what the light display will look like, and is there enough parking? That was the other thing.
Yeah. So all these things came up, and so just imagine some larger than life elements. Imagine a 60-foot tree that lights up and the elements move to the music, so to speak. There are larger-than-life polar bears. There are 10 elves.
So we've
there
seen
are
this,
sleigh
I
rides
think
through the
Niagara
park.
Falls has kind of a display like this.
They
right?
do, and we looked at what Niagara Falls does and their cost as well. There are
Plymouth.
sleigh rides through the park. There are carolers.
Okay.
We're trying to make this multicultural. So how do we celebrate? How do we celebrate the Jewish faith and other faiths at the same time? This is about lights. This isn't really about religion. This is about lights and being able to celebrate in the form of
holiday.
It's a holiday thing. It's the form of a winter festival, because in the city of Windsor we don't have a lot that happens in the winter in terms of festivals. So this, again, is free. It's for families. Come out, have fun. We're going to have food trucks there. We're going to have vendors there.